Alright, brace yourself, lads. We've got a rather long one here between Texcalibur himself, also known as the Man of Faith, going to be playing as the Tech Marine on Sibol Frontier against the Inquisitor of Deimos. Now, I've always said that this is a pretty good map for Space Marines because of the nice opening firing lines, the short distance from the base to the enemy gen farm. But for very similar reasons, I actually think it's quite good for IG, especially now that IG flamers on the guardsmen are so damn cheap. Cheap and effective, since you can swap them out to plasma guns later to kill the actual marines. You've got to be very privy to the very real threat of being gen bashed. Nice macro positioning there by Deimos with the Sentinel, positioning it there so that the guardsmen can repair it whilst being in cover, leaving no threat to themselves. The Inquisitor, of course, will go in here and tie up the Tactical Space Marines, or attempt to. Of course, they take the garrison, so now she rotates to the Tech Marine. Feels a little bit bad not having the Sentinel hunting down scouts, but what can you do? Inquisitor just gonna zone. Hiding behind that green cover. You see the Tech Marine's trying to focus down the guardsman. That's the job of the Inquisitor, to force him back. Scouts capping top. Presumably double tax from Tex. Since we're not seeing two scouts and we're not seeing any more gens. Devastators? That's weird. I don't know why he'd go Devastators but not be dropping more gens. Maybe just because he feared the IG oppression and getting gen bashed early? Weird. Maybe he gets tax after the devs? I'm not sure. That doesn't really make any sense to me. I don't think 2 tax is any good anyway. Okay, now he drops the gens. So this is terribly inefficient. But, you know, our man Tex is not playing regularly at the moment, so what can we do? Scouts getting caught there by a whole slew of lasguns. But they got the decap and the natural. They got the cap up here onto the VP. Pretty decent. But probably would have been better to cap this and then node it. Heavy weapons team for Deimos. Interesting.
Issuing new weapon loadouts.
Potentially vulnerable to a sniper scout. Or the 1111. The Scout TAC Dev ASM build. Trying to get another lead model here on the Tactical Space Marines. Quite unlucky that the Inquisitor was shooting a pistol at this dude and not this one. Might have been a model kill if she was shooting that one. Mastercrafted Bolter for Tex. Oh, I wouldn't get that as a priority. I mean, it's like a 2 DPS rise. You get the high-powered shot to take on the Sentinel, and there you go. Sneaky Guardsman, get a gen. Dude, these Flamer Guardsmen are so broken. It's so dumb. IG were never designed to be able to do this, get these sneaky gen bashes, or at least if you wanted to do that, 1, the Flamers were way shorter range, 2, the Flamers cost 20 power, not 15, and 3, you were screwed in tier 2 because then you're stuck with Flamers. But it's even better than that, because the main reason the range disadvantage is a problem on the Flamers is because you want to have maximum range to shoot your lasguns and your plasma guns when you're repairing a Chimera in tier 2. But you don't even go the Chimera anymore under the current IG meta. So that makes the Flamers even better. And there you go. They build a block of cover and now they're bashing a gen. These are cracked. I'm sorry, I don't like ranting about balance much these days when I barely play, but indubitably they're cracked. The good thing for Tex is he did manage to take out the Sentinel because Deimos' micro is a little bit cracked too, in a different way. Whoa, my spoon is falling all over the place. I don't know if any of you guys do this out there, but whenever I make a cup of tea, or a cup of coffee, whatever the preference is, whenever I make a hot beverage, I always leave the spoon in. And then when I drink it, I have my thumb on the spoon pushing down on it, and my index and middle finger holding the actual handle of the cup. Do any of you leave your spoon in your hot beverage? Please tell me in the comments down below. Bit of a suppression team war here, but the flanking tech marine is going to ensure the heavy weapons team is going to get routed out of there. Cadishans is a follow-up. ASM. ASM cut out the heavy weapons team, and the Cadishans will do something to try and deal with the ASM. Inquisitors picked up the crossbow bolt pistol. An interesting choice, actually. You don't often see that against SM, because generally you want the power melee, because it does bonus damage against the heavy infantry. But, oh, it misses the old reliable. Yikes. Yeah, missing the old reliable, so the Cadishans are still suppressed. Not good, because then, obviously, Cadishans go, and now the ASM can't really do anything. Sorry, the Guardsman can't do anything against the ASM. Tac Flamer is equipped. How many gens will he get in this bash? Kind of not the best situation here for the heavy weapons team. It looks like it will actually deter them from getting another gem, but yeah, not stopping them from bashing the power node, which is not ideal. I should suppress them here. They'll probably be able to finish off the one gen. Problem is there's not really any follow-up, and they are in green cover at long range here, so they're not really taking much damage. Oh, and there come the ASM. Yeah, this is bad for Deimos. Really could do with his Inquisitor down here. I mean, this is basically a full army push from Tex. He's going to rotate his own Flamer Guardsman around to try and neutralize this. Oh, I guess the good thing is, for some reason, Tex hasn't realized he needs gens. Okay, just realized. But he's not left anything to defend them. Devastator's really at this point should be rotating. He should be sensing this, but his game senses are right because he's an old man. Cortex. He's only seen the Inquisitor. He didn't see this coming. No, the Flamer Guardsmen are keeping Deimos in the game once again. I'm shaking my head in real life because this is disgusting. IG are not meant to be able to do this for a reason. It's very intentional balance that they don't do this. Because the whole economy is designed around not bleeding and being able to outtrade everyone, so they're not meant to be able to do sneaky gem bashes. It's too strong. So silly. So silly. But it keeps Deimos well in the game. It isn't the case that IG should be losing their full gens. They should be dominating tier 1, so the fact that Deimos lost his full gen farm, he should be losing the game, but he's not gonna, because these Flamer Guardsmen. What have they killed? They killed 5 gens now? Something like that. 4 gens in a node. It's not ideal. Oh, beautiful special attack instantly there from the Inquisitor, and then power melee punches from the Cadishan Devils. A lot of energy on these Cadishans. Do they have their old reliable? They do. There it is. Deposit the old reliable right into the face of that Devastator squad. Devastator's now out of range. Guardsman down here should win this fight against these scouts. Cover blocks are very helpful. Goodbye, scouts. But man, the game is pretty even in terms of VPs. Nice tech lead for Deimos. What's he going to do with it is the question. Few options. He is the Inquisitor, so he could actually use the global bar to call in a Beowulf and put more gen farm pressure onto Tex. Alright, he's just going to go for a Chimera. He does have the double Guardsman already. Level 2, level 1. I'm not going to be able to get a gen here with the ASM jumping in. Any other jump squad would be screwed right now, but not ASM because they have that lower energy jump. So they get a second jump and force off the heavy weapons team. Man, the Chimera takes ages to build, doesn't it? Jeez. Didn't realise how long it takes. That thing's slow. I wonder if that's slower than other transports or if it's the same. Not sure. Anyway, it's here now, loaded up with Guardsmen. Got the Cadishans moving out. And Rosarius now on the Inquisitor. Interesting purchase to get the Rosarius here. Prioritised over the Cadishran Sergeant. I don't really understand that. Oh, bloody hell. Tex... I thought Tex was already tier 2 and was getting a second ASM in tier 2, but he literally was overwatching it, I think. Wow, that's not good for Tex. He's going to lose his farm again. I mean, he can stall for a bit with attacks. Just because they get the damage resistance against ranged when in melee. The Guardsmen don't really want to come out and get punched to death by them. It will take pretty decent damage, but... yeah, you can only stall for so long. I mean, to be fair, they're stalling for a long time, aren't they? Flame Guardsmen will actually do some good damage to the attacks here. They force him off. This attack Flamer? Scouts gen bashing? What? Tex, what the hell are you doing? Why the hell is he gen bashing with scouts? They'll take about 6 years to destroy a bloody gen. He's managed to hold his farm. He's got his last cannon here. He's got his ASM. He's just holding until he can get his Dreadnought out. Presumably give it Assault Cannon straight away because Assault Cannon Dreadnought's great against IG. And then we'll see where the game goes from there. Not really seen too much out of this Inquisitor yet. Stormtroopers coming in on the cheap via the global bar as the... oh my god. I can't speak. Of the Inquisitor. What about the Assault Cannon Dreadnought? Grenade onto the last cannon. See if it wipes it. He predicted... oh wow, he went for the old reliable into the grenade. But that's countered by a retreat. Deimos, please. You need to old reliable first, then grenade them. You big donut. Because you see, if he didn't retreat from the old reliable, which he wouldn't retreat just from an old reliable, right? You know, it doesn't do a lot of damage, you survive it. He then gets wiped by the grenade, because even if you hit retreat, you can't move for a while because you have to stand up. But he actually went Assault Kit Stormtroopers, obviously, to use that grenade, and now that means he doesn't have melters to take on the Dreadnought. He's got Las Cannon. Oh wow. Just nearly kills the friggin' Tech Marine there with all the DPS from the loaded up Chimera and the Stormtroopers. Attack Flamer's gonna take out a gen, but lose 2 models for it. That's not worth it. No, it's not. Let's see, the ASM could be very impactful here, but Inquisitor, likewise, if you know she's got access to a sail. Oh, that's a nice barrage. Models are dying here. Models are dying. I think one of the Guardsmen now should be rotating to the capping duties along with the Assault Kit Stormtroopers. The Inquisitor probably wants to be present in the fights with that Assail War Gear to shut down the ASM. Because of course the ASM can jump on the Las Cannon and then the Dreadnought just starts going crazy really. It can do whatever the hell it wants. Another grenade onto the Las Cannon. Along with a burst from the Assault Kit. The hot shot las guns. And then you see they retreat instantly because they don't want to eat the volley from the assault cannon, which will pop a model, and Assault Kit Stormtroopers, any Stormtroopers are quite expensive to reinforce. I believe it's 40 requisition or something. Actually, he's gone for the Inferno pistol, but not a great melee fighter with it, only like a default melee weapon, so going to get slain by the ASM there. Deimos not paying attention, looking down here with his Chimera. Using Blessing of the Omnissiah to heal his Dreadnought there, that seems a bit weird. It only lost a couple of 100 HP. I don't think that was worth it, Tex. Jesus, man. The hell? It's weird. Maybe it had lost more. It had been using Blessing of the Omnissiah for a while. Oh, here we go again. Flame Guardsman coming out of the Chimera. Gotta be careful though, Chimera's now snared by the Las Cannon. Could set up a very juicy kill with the barrage. Ooh! Just caught the Chimera. So you'll notice obviously the Chimera was out of the arc of fire there, but what happens is the last cannon has like a 1.5 second wind up. As long as it starts its wind up, as long as the unit is in the range of the last cannon when it starts the wind up, it will finish the shot so long as it keeps sight of the Chimera. Well, the Dreadnought was providing sight there, so obviously when it started its shot, it must have been in range, and by the time it was there, bang, gets taken out by the last cannon. Well, that's good for Deimos. I mean, sorry, that's good for Tech, because he didn't even lose a gen. Now the Inquisitor tying up the attacks. Trying their best to stall, but it's difficult when you're getting shot by hotshot lasguns in the rear. Now the Tech Marine going to get dealt with as well. But a nice little grenade, it appears, coming out there from the shotgun scouts, who then run into melee with the last cannon, get rid of it, so the Dreadnought can just dominate the battlefield. But really the Dreadnought needs to be up top, because we're having problems up here, aren't we? Wow, Deimos going for a second heavy weapons team? That's ballsy. And probably not a good idea. It is very good that he killed the Tech Marine though. Because these heavy weapons teams will suffer against the... Oh, this could be an assault cannon in retreat situation to wipe the Cadetians. Oh, he fucked it. He needed to arc it starting here and going across more than here. Close, a little bit of bleed, a couple of models. It's not really much bleed. Cadetians don't bleed. But yeah, these heavy weapons teams being as immobile as they are, you can counter them quite well with your infiltrated scouts, hitting them with grenades, but Tech's only went for one scout. He needs that for capping, he needs it for repairs, and he needs it for fighting a heavy weapons team, so... it's quite a big deal. Ooh, Flamer's doing a lot of damage here to the scouts, but the grenade doing a lot of damage to the guardsmen in tandem with the Tech Marine. Deimos delayed there in his response, but he was lucky because the Tech Marine was reloading the bolter. Looks like the Dreadnought's caught here. No, it's so dead. It can't walk out this way or it's going to get hit by the last cannon. There's an autocannon setting up on the other side, and the Inquisitor can turn around the corner and poke it with the Inferno pistol to finish it off. It does have Blessings of the Omnissiah right now. Oh my god, did Deimos fuck it up? He walked the Inquisitor too close. And he de-set up the autocannon. Can the autocannon kill it, or is the Blessing of the Omnissiah going to save it? He goes for the barrage, but is that worth it? Because then you're not tying it up in melee. Oh my god. Oh, but he suppresses it with the high-powered shot. Is that good enough? No, it's not. The autocannon finishes off the Dreadnought. Oh, that's a huge misplay by Tex. He shouldn't have barraged. He should have just gone into melee and tied it up. There was a Cadetian squad coming over, and they, of course, do have the melter gun on the Sergeant, so that might have finished the Dreadnought anyway. But you had a barrage to deal with the Cadetians, and look how low the Cadetians got regardless, just from the ASM jump into merciless combo. Could be a juicy grenade potential on the Stormtroopers here, but it's quite obvious. He also was definitely in sight there before infiltrating. Nice close range shotgun attacks are going to be pretty painful. Dodges the Stormtrooper grenade, and they're going to just retreat out there. They've got very low HP, full models. Deimos doesn't want to bleed. You can see his requisition is not in the best spot right now. Wow, look at the difference in the wreck income, and that's obviously caused by the difference in the pop situation for both these players. Deimos nearly bloody pop capped right now, but it's really hurting his requisition income. Tech's going tier 3. I'm not sure what the plan is. Probably just get Terminators right and you win instantly against this composition. Terminators will be ridiculous. He's got a lot of VPs actually. Both players still got a tremendous amount of VPs. Wow. So Terminators should do this, I think. The Inquisitor has a couple of tools against them. Certainly the Inferno Pistol with its melter damage will do a lot of good effective DPS. Still not seeing any Assail. I don't know why. The Interrogator's armor, the no, what's it called? The Excruciator armor? Oh, I don't fucking know. I think it's the Excruciator armor which gives the Assail ability. Not sure. Second armor that she can get, the one that gives her a little bit of HP, and the Assail ability which mobilizes the squad and suppresses it. Should be getting that to deal with the ASM. ASM at this point might want to consider going into Vanguard. Yeah, especially because they're only level 2. I think it'd be worth it. Vanguard are really good. Very sizable increase. No, Tex, no. Don't do it. Why is he going for a Dreadnought in tier 3? What? Just drop Terminators, dude. The Guardsmen won't do shit against them. Cadishans will bleed like hell. Assault Kit Stormtroopers can't do anything because they're only piercing damage. You just walk up to the autocannon and shoot it to death. Like, there's nothing to deal with it really. Just the Inquisitor. But, you know, you've got other troops to help. Should be fine. Ooh. You tried to predict the retreat there, but Deimos called his bluff and or just didn't have the micro, and it saved him. Please be Terminators and not a Venerable Dreadnought. Yes. Okay, good. I would think that Terminators do very well here. I would think. But Deimos has been given enough time to start going tier 3 himself, and currently has a 3-0 cap against Tex. Needs to focus down the Cadishans with priority. ASM need to come out and deal with that heavy weapons team, shut it down. Should just go into melee with the Guardsmen and punch them to death. So they're now swapped out to double plasma. All the gens have been destroyed. You see, it's so ridiculous. They shouldn't be able to swap out like that. There's no way. It's too strong. I don't think they should be able to. I think it should be a Space Marine exclusive thing. Space Marine and Kassakin. They're not in proper cover there. Taking huge damage from the Terminators. ASM going to neutralise that heavy weapons team. Scouts are going to rotate over and knock over the Inquisitor. Oh, they didn't use their explosive shot. But Terminators and Tech Marine instead just going to focus down the Inquisitor. While the ASM get hit by a nade spike. That's another problem I've got. Man, I'm turning into a right grumpy old fucker, aren't I? Just complaining about everything. There are a lot of annoying mechanics in Dawn of War 2. He wins the fight. He's still a lot behind in VPs though. Doing a good job keeping active with his Devastator squad running around on one model. Yeah, Kadishans see the Terminators, they're like, nope, don't want to go that way. We'll take on the Tax, not the Termies.
Installing refractor field.
Finally, the refractor shield, or field, is coming up for the Tech Marine. Probably overdue, to be honest. It's such a good, effective HP increase. Especially when you're level 5 with 140 energy, that's kind of nuts. Ooh, killed the scouts down bottom in combination. A combination of the Assault Kit Stormtroopers and a Hell Fury Global. Now there's nothing for Tex to contest down bot. We do see Vanguard now hitting the field. Goodbye Kadishans. Terminators teleporting on top of the heavy weapons team, it looks like. Thunderhammer special from the Vanguard. Goodbye Guardsman. Yikes. Yeah, Terminators are a problem right now. No Ogrins. Makes ranged Terminators problematic for sure. But now there's Vanguard as well, so it's not like you can buy Ogrins now. Like, you can't. The Vanguard are gonna rip Ogrins to pieces. He obviously needs a Lehman Russ, but that's really expensive. 575 Wreck, and he's constantly bleeding Wreck with Actually pretty decent income right now. I don't know if he's fully reinforced his stuff. He's got to somehow hold out. I mean, he does have the VP lead, does Deimos, so he's got time. Not sure why the Tech Marine's being so skittish. He could just have took the garrison over here. Not sure why the Tech Marine ran to cover either. Cover doesn't do anything against melter weapons like the Inferno pistol. What's going on down here? Vanguard sent on side capping duty. Look how tanky they are, man. I know Vanguard are obviously heavy infantry, but wow. A lot tankier than ASM. They're so scary. They're like flying, fully upgraded Khorne Chaos Space Marines, Vanguard, with even better specials. Pretty awesome. Main disadvantages, you lose access to that melter bomb, which can be a big deal. They're jumping into the blob. Cadishans need to go into melee. But there's a Merciless, and now there's a Flamer coming. Oh, good. Good luck, IG. Good luck. There's the rocket run, but Deimos not really perfected his rocket runs yet, unfortunately. Hey, they're taking damage now, though, fighting the Kadishan Devils. Level 3 Kadishan Devils. Smashing them with the help of 6 plasma guns. Wow. Okay, plasma guns and Old Reliable going to finish them off. And they shall know no fear. Okay, they need to get out of there now. You need to leave now. They might die. They do die. Oh, that's sad. And there's a Flamer, so the little deployable cover's not going to help you here. Hell Fury. But I think... Oh, he got a Lehman Russ out. It's coming out now, but he's going to lose his heavy weapons team in the mid. Tech Marine can always just pick up a melter gun as a problem, and remember the Terminators still have power fists. Of course, they shouldn't actually catch a tank, but it means you can't just nonchalantly keep your tank shooting at Terminators without any fear. You will have to keep them moving. Picks up the Executioner Cannon, better effective DPS against super heavy infantry by a large margin. It's just going to keep the Lehman on the Terminators, I suspect. And you know, you got good damage coming out of the Inferno pistol here as well. Needs some support for the Inquisitor. Where are those las cannons? Okay, the las cannons rotated up to the top here, but they're a little bit far back right now. Can't hit the Lehman. I guess the main priority here for Tex was forcing off this Inquisitor so she can't get the cap, but it's not working. The DPS coming out of this Lehman is too high against the Terminators. Tech Marine's just sitting up top. Needs to grab a melter gun on it. I guess he's saving up for a Predator or something now. What's he waiting for? He's got nowhere near the power of his Tex. It's 125 for a Predator. That's not good. He never replaced his gen farm, that's the problem. I think Tex is going to lose. Can't deal with this Lehman Russ. What's this? Stormtroopers? No, is this a Venerable Dreadnought? Oh, that's mad. Why is the last gunner shooting the Inquisitor and not the Lehman? Oh, wow. Not good. Tex needs to rotate this thing. More guardsmen in play, level 4 guardsmen. How's the Tech Marine is not in range? Oh no! He's just been taking damage this whole time, but being out of range because the Socket Stormtroopers have better than average range. Oh dear, the last cannon isn't rotated. What is he doing? He's turned off the refractor field. No, Tex! Tex is completely screwing this up. His Tax have managed to take the VP down bottom, so it is a 2-to-1 cap favouring Texcalibur. He does get a las cannon hit over here on the Lehman Russ, and the Venerable Dreadnought of all things kills a Lehman Russ. How the hell does a Venerable Dreadnought kill a Lehman Russ? It doesn't normally. This is weird. The Socket Stormtroopers get the decap, but certainly unable to finish the cap there. Terminators should definitely take over. Or maybe they should go back to the base and the las cannon can take over. Kassakin are now on the field. They are coming over to the middle of the map here. You can see they've got melter guns equipped, which is going to be effective against both the Venerable Dreadnought and the Terminators with their super heavy infantry armor. Kassakin Sergeant is going to arrive as well, and he's actually got pretty scary power melee DPS. I believe he does like 30 power melee DPS or something. Not insignificant. They're going to sprint away. They don't want to fight the Terminators with their power fists. Terminator should probably melee the Dreadnought. Oh my god. The Guardsmen, and allow the Dreadnought to keep chasing the Kassakins. I don't think the Kassakins will probably win this freaking melee fight. They only had 200 HP. This guy does 30 DPS alone. I don't know about that. They flee. Terminators need to get back to base. But I guess they also want to cap this VP. Of course, down bottom, the Tactical Marines were routed. A combination of the Inquisitor and the Guardsman was the reason for that. But the Tech Marine is now on the field again. He can go cap the middle of the map. Dude, Tex, you've got to get your Terminators back to full HP, my guy. They're so low. So low. It's so frustrating. He wants to use the Tech Marine, of course, to be repairing the Venerable Dreadnought, but he's got so few assets to cap the map. I don't know why Deimos is walking forward like this with Stormtroopers to attack Terminators. That seems quite silly. Yeah, now they just got to leave. What was the point of that? That was weird. It's kind of triggering me how Tex is not sending these Terminators back. He's had ample opportunity now to send them back to heal and reinforce. There's no AV, so Venerable Dreadnought's just going to go forward. The only AV actually... Well, there is AV. There's the Inferno Pistol and the Inquisitor. I forgot. I was going to say the only AV is the Melter Gun Kassakin. But not true. Could turn around the Vendread and kill the friggin' Inquisitor. Gets hit by the crack grenade on the Kassakin. Kassakin are legging it though. Oh, that was a micro error. They should have been shooting the Dreadnought. Dreadnought could just charge out if it needs to. But it's using the line of sight blocker really well right on the corner there. So that it's in range for the melee charge against the Kassakin. Oh, gonna wipe the Guardsman on retreat too. Level 4 Guardsman going down. Yikes. Stormtroopers sent up top. Nothing to defend. But the VPs aren't that low. Tex has got time. Just send your Terminators back to heal, my dude. Oh, is it drop pod tax? Yeah, drop pods in some Tactical Marines. Fair enough, just get them right on the cap. Bleed these VPs. No, don't chase him. What are you doing? Get on the cap. God, Tex. You're a nutter. You're a nutter, Tex. Can retreat that guy and send them bottom. Oh, Deimos has another Lehman Russ. I think Deimos might snag this, you know. He's idling his Lehman Russ. It doesn't matter, he's going to kill the Vendread just with the Kassakin and the Inquisitor. And so he does. He just retreats the Inquisitor in time as well. One more swing from that Vendread would have took her out. So the Vendread goes down, but the Stormtroopers were routed up top. It is a 2-to-1 cap in favour of Man of Faith. But there's now a Lehman Russ. How are you going to deal with that? He swapped out from his Melter Gun, but it doesn't really matter because the Tech Marine is going to have to retreat. Terminators do not have the HP that they had last time, so this is not ideal. And there's more Plasma Gun Guardsmen coming. No missile launcher on the attacks over here. And they do swap to Stern Guard, so they can actually do some damage to the Lehman. The priority, of course, right now is kill the Guardsmen that are capping the point. But that execution of Lehman is gibbing Space Marines. The Guardsmen do get killed, but so do the Terminators. It's a 1-to-1 cap, guys. Melter Gun coming out for the Tech Marine. Devastator's rotating back over as well. Stern Guard getting brutalized by that Lehman Russ. They gotta retreat, man. They're staying in play. I think Tex has lost it, yeah. Kassakin and Stormtroopers here going to be able to kill the Tech Marine quite easily. Does the Lehman Russ have minimum range? Maybe he does, but I mean, you just drive away, right? You're still faster. Yeah, GG. I really think he should have had it if he just retreated his Terminators a little bit earlier and healed them back up to full. He could have been way more aggressive and held these 2 points a lot easier. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy. Crazy game. There you go, folks. Some Tech Marine versus Inquisitor. Hope you enjoyed that one. If you want more of this kind of thing, and or you want to support the channel, then please consider joining the Patreon. The link is in the description. Probably got 50 high-level 1v1 casts that are exclusively available to Patreon members on there by the time of this upload. But that is going to be all from your boy Torpid this time. Torpid out.